Okay, we have Pawn Crusher 9 in white, and in black we have Pin and Win. Pin and Win. And Pawn Crusher, known as the Geezer, moves out. And he decides to trade. Threaten the queen. Gain tempo there. It's good. Block that knight from coming down. Destroy the queen side of the black's pawn structure. Oh, donation time. One pawn. I see another pawn sitting over there. Needs to be donated. Oh. Well, he can't take the other pawn because that would cause check. So, pin that knight. In the back of his mind, he likes to see the queen in front of the king. Because if he can get his rook over there and move that knight, the queen can't move, and he gets a queen. So now, if Pinnwin moves the black knight and takes the white knight, the Geezer can take the knight with a bishop, and then when the queen takes the bishop, Pawn Crusher 9 can move the rook over and pin that queen against the king and get himself a queen. That's as good as winning the game right there. What does he do? He moves over and pins the knight there. Well, that wasn't what I told him to do. But the knight is pinned because the queen's in front. So he gets a free knight. And that bishop if that pawn takes the pawn, that queen is still pinned against the king, and it might be a free queen. He's still trying for that queen. Oh, somebody else trying for a queen. Oh, yeah. The old queen trap burned out. But he can take the pawn and call discovered check there. And so that pawn just going to town. He's wiped out about 3 pawns. Okay, now Pawn Crusher can check the king and take the rook. Oh, and he checked the king. But he didn't take the rook. He moved over to check the king. If he had taken the rook, the king could have taken the bishop. But if he moves the king out of the way, the bishop can take the rook without losing the rook, or without losing the bishop. Okay. He didn't do it right, so he's going to try again. Check. Oh. So Pinnwin moves forward this time. Well, who's going to control the king? Well, that makes him move forward even more. How nice. Check. Well, that limits the king. He can't move anywhere. Oh, the only thing he can do is the queen's sacrifice. His only move. Bap. Check. Oh, then check yourself. bring some more troops in. And the king has been run all over the board. He is now almost to the other king, and we cut him off the pass, and it's checkmate. Peace. Don't break the lock.